Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Blackjack. I just got back from the dentist, so I look like I have some sort of palsy. I don't. I wanted to get this out before I got spoiled, and the next time, because it's 12:45, I have a meeting at 3, and then I wouldn't be able to record till the evening, so however, I do have to admit I was spoiled for something. Because of an oh-so-necessary ping on the Death Battle Discord, I thought was just going to be an announcement of, hey, the new episode is up. Nope, it's spoiled what the next time is going to be. Okay. I can communicate, I just look. This would have been a really good time, because it's on my right side, it would be a really good time to get my Getsus cosplay out of storage, but, I mean, it wouldn't make any sense for anything else, but, you know. Okay, enough blabbering. Let's just go right in. I don't really have much to say to begin with,
McGrath,
because
the
I
patron saint of Infamous.
don't
Alex Mercer, the Blacklight virus prototype.
know anything about either of them.
Prototype. That's right, champ.
Other than the fact that, well, this was the poll winner. Also, Zero Punctuation had a contest between these two games because he couldn't figure out which one was better, so he had an art contest come up between for the developers to draw. It was either their hero or the opponent's hero in a bra. So
Champions, you voted for it, so we're finally doing it.
Yay.
Long after these characters were ever relevant. Oh, hey, look what I found in the trash. An old script we wrote for this very matchup way back in 2013.
Wait, we haven't emptied our trash in 10 years?
He's way up that boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
But you know,
With
as
great
long as
power
people like
comes
them,
great responsibility.
then what's
Tommy McGrath
the
is
problem
not
with
the only superhero
having
who's had to learn that
irrelevant characters? I mean,
McGrath was just
I
your
never
average
would have heard of
flip boy
Bucky
in
O'Hare
Empire
if
City,
it wasn't
until
for
one day
Death
he opened
Battle.
a package that exploded in his face.
I
This
never would
was
have
the
heard of
Ray Sphere,
Misaka
a device
either.
that, upon erupting,
And she was this
destroyed much
season.
of the city and tore through coal at the atomic level.
Killing him
Sucks to suck.
instantly.
Okay,
Next.
Cole's story changes based on the player choices. For this matchup, we're focusing on the canonical good Cole while alternatively exploring the possible effects of evil
Please
Cole.
scooped
Okay.
up some superpowers. Cool, zippity zappity superpowers. Pew.
More specifically, Cole became a conduit, one of many beings who were granted supernatural abilities from the Ray Sphere explosion.
Which
Cool,
also
cool.
turned
So it's
Empire-
kind of like Bang Babies from Static Shock, huh? 27, 6 foot. Oh, he actually is called Patron Saint. Okay. Read Bram Stoker's Dracula like all the cool kids.
city into a godforsaken hellscape. This world needed a hero, or at least an anti-hero willing to clean up the mess he sorta technically made.
Cole put his powers to the test, battling
He
raw
didn't make it.
superpowered
He didn't make the
conduits, including
bomb.
The mastermind behind the blast, Kessler.
Let's be real, none of Cole's powers are as sick nasty as his parkour skills. But his
Sick
ability
nasty
to
is a fun
manipulate
word.
electricity is pretty sweet
Because you
too.
have to write
Cole
it as one word.
controls electromagnetic energy. Not only can he generate a smorgasbord of powerful lightning attacks, he can also manipulate thermal,
Was
kinetic,
there
and
live
gravitational
action?
energy.
Okay, alright. Arc Lightning, Bio Leech. I'm assuming that takes some sort of energy from the opponent. Blast, detonation growth, etc. These etceteras are gonna drive me nuts. Bolts, Alpha, Magnum, etc. Grenades, Shock, Sticky, etc. Gigawatt Blades, Gigawatt Drain, Induction Grind. I'm assuming that's when he's like grinding on the wires. Karmic Overload. What the hell does that mean? And what does it have to do with electricity? Lightning Tether, Radar Pulse, Rockets, Alpha Redirect, etc. Static Thrusters, and Thunder Drop.
Electromagnetism is pretty broad after all. This includes his radar pulse, which detects the bioelectricity inside organisms even if they're hidden or transformed.
And for
Interesting. Okay, so he can identify shapeshifters? Cryokinesis, Freeze Rocket, Frost Shield, Ice Grenade, Ice Launch, Ionic Freeze, Ionic Storm, Ionic Vortex,
he got to
Active.
add some ice powers to his kit. He can throw ice grenades, shoot ice spikes, and let out some epic ice farts.
Wait, can he
He
really?
can levitate like Electric Iron Man.
I don't know if that was a joke.
Hedgehog, read your mind like Goku's Muffin Button, charge up with extra
Muffin Button!
energy, also like Shadow the Hedgehog, and generate force fields like...
Shadow the Hedgehog.
But these aren't just force fields. They literally convert any matter they touch into energy that Cole absorbs.
You know, the reason the Muffin Button reference works here is because in actual Dragon Ball canon, it does not make any sense. So a joke is as good an explanation as any.
That's insane.
How's that?
Are you familiar with a little equation called E equals MC squared?
Yes.
No.
Oh, well, it defines
No.
the mathematical relationship between matter and energy. Essentially, how much energy...
know
each
Boomstick
given
knows
mass
what it is.
contains.
Okay, the largest mass object Cole absorbs is a 343-gram helicopter chain gun round.
Neat.
Perfectly converting matter to energy is technically impossible, but hey, this is a video game. The
Yeah.
mass contained in that bullet, when multiplied by the speed of light squared, would release an energy equivalent to over 7 megatons of TNT.
All right.
This means Cole's energy output is basically fueled by a nuclear reactor.
Oh,
Cool.
he's like a living super bomb, always ready to go off. Sounds like my first ex-wife.
Should he somehow run low on energy, he can drain it from nearby appliances to recharge. He's even learned to drain the bioelectricity from people, like this.
Cool.
Yikes.
Cole can focus
Yikes,
his
yes.
electricity through.
Okay. Amp melee weapon designed by Zeke Dunbar. Doesn't mean anything to me. Channels Cole's powers. Ray field inhibitor. Small portable device. Designed by Dr. Sebastian Wolf. Again, doesn't mean anything to me. Amplifies Cole's power levels. Inhibits ray field energy. Okay.
His amp, a giant tuning fork which lets him ring around
just
the
be like
Rosie to death. Or he can just make
smashed.
lightsabers out of his hands. That's cool too. And
Neat.
because he follows Pokemon rules, Cole's extra resistant to electric attacks.
With these powers, Cole chewed through Kessler's forces, including Sasha, whose black tar powers could infect and control minds.
And he
see.
eventually faced down that son of a
A
bitch
lot of
himself
people
and
wearing,
burned his ass, despite
very
Kessler
thematic
having his exact
hoodies in
same
this game.
powers. Coincidence?
Turns out the architect of Cole's misery...
Oh yeah, hang on a second. Okay, I think I remember this. Kessler's actually Cole from the future, right?
was himself from an alternate future timeline.
Alternate
manipulating
future.
events from the shadows to ensure this version of Cole became a better hero than Kessler ever was.
Yeah, you see, Cole's superpowers are molded through his actions, increasing in power and utility based on how good or evil he acts. Naturally, as a good person, Cole shaped his powers to be more focused to target the bad guys.
That's pussy shit! Evil Cole is way more awesome sus! He blows everything up! Collateral damage? Who cares? He can control fire!
Well, that just happened. Who wrote this shit?
The point is, Kessler's whole plan was meant to
Are they even
prevent
still
the
working for us
apocalypse,
anymore?
Which would appear in the form of the Beast, a conduit of unimaginable power.
Cole is strong enough to create
heard.
massive thunderstorms, fast enough to route electricity.
Okay. For context, electricity moves at approximately 90% the speed of light when traveling through a wire. God, and birds just sit on that shit.
Moving at 90% the speed of light, and maybe thanks to Kessler, tough enough to take on the Beast.
Which possessed the
all
power
right.
of the...
Okay. Survived the Ray Sphere blast. Resisted Sasha's mental control. I'm assuming that's incredibly strong. Saved Numeray from destruction. Ice attacks reach sub-zero temperatures. Split an aircraft carrier in half with a lightning strike. You gotta have something like that. Survived David Runner absorbing his neuroelectricity. So is that like all of his electricity, or is that just the electricity of the brain? Because that's like a natural thing that everyone has. Defeated a whole bunch of people I've never heard of.
race
And the Beast.
itself. It could regenerate at an atomic level and eradicate all of Empire City in a single attack. Fortunately, after a grueling battle, Cole defeated the Beast once and for all.
Though ultimately, it wasn't Cole's power that made him a hero.
In order to stop a plague created by the Ray Sphere, Cole sacrificed his life, eradicating the conduit genes and saving all of humanity.
Sure, he also
How?
killed thousands of conduits
does
in the
that
process,
work?
but hey, what's a few corpses when building a better tomorrow? This
Who
truly
knows?
stops for no one.
Cole was remembered as a saint by the people of Numeray, as a hero by the friends he left behind, and an inspiration
Seattle.
to future generations. A true testament to the responsibility of power.
Cool. that arc thing is just sitting there in his grave for anyone to take.
Door and left 50 HelloFresh 15.
America's power comes great responsibility.
Again.
But not
Again.
everybody's got an Uncle Ben to tell him that.
Alex Mercer woke up in hell. Manhattan Island was gripped by the
Just
horrific
be obvious.
Blacklight virus, transforming its citizens into
Yeah,
terrifying
we have a
monsters.
responsibility to each
Alex
other.
had no memories. He was
Okay, age 30, height 5'10". Codename Zeus. Official traits: distant, predatory, super intelligent, terrifying, and vengeful. Admits he is a killer, a monster, a terrorist, because he's just so edgy.
man without a past and maybe no future. But he did have one thing.
The Blacklight virus can rewrite your cells all the way down to your DNA. And
Okay.
somehow it
I
granted
don't think
Alex
that's
incredible superhuman
possible to
abilities.
this extent.
It can infect anyone he touches with this virus, altering their biology at the molecular level in seconds, and giving him
So he's a
complete
super
control
spreader.
over their actions.
So Alex pushed on, desperate
I
to
knew an
avenge
Elizabeth
himself
Green.
and the city by finding whatever monster unleashed this nightmare and eat them. Yeah, he can consume people to give himself a power boost. He's like Kirby, if Kirby listened to Linkin Park.
We can't play
Extra
one
biomass
step
gives
closer
him
for
superhuman
this.
strength,
Here's
a
some
greater
lo-fi
metabolic
jazz
rate, increased
instead.
reaction times, and even a regenerative healing factor. Essentially, Alex is an ever-evolving super being, the ultimate
Cool.
being.
Oh, like Shadow the Hedgehog.
By consuming victims, Alex also receives all their memories and experiences, including Peter Randall, a 69-year-old man whose entire history Alex processed in just 11 seconds. Being able to condense that much
Interesting.
information into that time frame means Alex can perceive events happening within 5 nanoseconds.
Nice.
Which is about how long I was married to my second ex-wife.
Alex can shapeshift his
Okay. Infections. Transforms victims into infected. So it's just anyone he touches. So this is really going to come down to if he can infect Cole, right? Condenses and alters the matter of victim. Absorbs all memories and abilities of victim. So does he actually just, like, you know, wad them up and devour them, really? Okay, reactive evolution. Resistances to radiation, fire, electricity, etc. So they're both resistant to electricity. I'm assuming etc. also covers ice. Biomass, shapeshifting claws, hammer fist, muscle mass, whip fist, blade, tendrils, shield, and armor.
body at will, creating disguises, increasing his muscle mass, and forming nearly unbreakable armor. And when he wants to kill someone, he can become his own weapon, turning
Neat.
his limbs into claws and blades, or generating countless tendrils that give him unmatched control over his environment.
I'm assuming he
these
wants to
goopy
kill someone
powers,
quite
he came up-
frequently. Okay, air dash, glide, adrenaline surge, regeneration, disguise, so that's gonna be negated. Hive mind, gonna have to find out more about that. Sensory powers, thermal vision, infected vision, and hunting. I had to get up so early for my appointment. Critical mass, tendril barrage devastator, ground spike graveyard devastator, critical pain devastator, evolved form greatly increased power and size.
But with a bunch of Street Fighter moves, like
Neat.
the air dash, the cannonball, the bullet dive drop, and the hunter dirt nap. Pretty sure that was my third ex-wife's boyfriend's stripper name.
And after consuming enough people, Alex reaches
Okay.
critical mass.
From a gameplay perspective, Alex's health can be viewed as a representation of his biomass reserves. It increases when he consumes and decreases when he performs devastator attacks. Alright,
Can unleash
makes
his
sense.
evil slop in powerful ultimate attacks.
Like
Cool,
the
cool.
tendril barrage devastator.
Damn!
Beautiful.
Despite being seen as the world's most wanted terrorist, fair, Alex used his powers to stop the spread of the virus and end the city's nuclear devastation.
And
It was
yet
then
he intentionally
learned the
spreads it?
truth. He wasn't Alex Mercer at all.
He was the Blacklight virus itself,
Neat.
which absorbed the memories and likeness of the real Alex Mercer, who was not only dead, but actually responsible for all of this in the first place. To decipher this, I recreated the Blacklight virus myself.
Oh,
The
naturally.
most dangerous...
Why is it empty?
He's right behind me, isn't he?
Yes.
So the man Alex was hunting the whole time
I just
was
say
himself.
just a different
Dun,
shirt.
dun, dun.
That's right, Boomstick. Turns out Dr.
I'm not
Alex
even gonna
Mercer
bother.
helped create the Blacklight virus, and when things didn't work out and he was about to die, he recklessly unleashed it upon the city.
Yeah, of
What
course
a
he
petty
fucking did.
SOB. What he didn't know was that the virus would merge with his sentience and memories and become a new Alex. How?
Okay, so he didn't just die of the virus, he got shot to death. And then it healed him so much that he couldn't tell.
Why? Don't question it, it's a nothing burger.
But is this massive viral material that calls itself Alex actually human in any meaningful way?
The poor bastard sure tried to be. Too bad humans can be dicks, and everyone kept betraying him. Even the so-called love of his life, who shot him in the face. Whoa! So
Neat.
Alex figured, obviously, humanity had to go.
Not just go, but be made better. Whatever goodness remaining with this Alex was left behind as he plotted to unleash a second Blacklight virus.
Of course.
Recreating humanity into a super species in his own image. Great power became great terror.
Hang on. So if he sees it as beneficial, wouldn't he see that as giving a gift to humanity? If he wants humanity to suffer, then why would he be doing that? I don't know.
Classic anime RPG villain stuff. And he was strong enough to do it. Alex can casually tear buildings apart, dodge supersonic tank shells, and even defeated the Supreme Hunter, who was tough enough to survive a nuclear blast that would have leveled Manhattan.
Okay, estimates made by non-Blackwatch characters claim the blast yield equaled about 75 kilotons of TNT. Blackwatch's own map of its blast radius takes precedence. Okay.
On the blast radius given in-game, that's 450 kilotons of TNT.
Speaking of nukes, Alex survived one. His healing
Of course he
factor is
did.
off the chain. And after being blasted into paste, all he needed was the tiniest bit of himself to come back. good
Oh
as new.
dear.
This healing occurs at the cellular level.
Yeah.
Makes
Saved Manhattan, then terrorized Manhattan, of course, yeah. Casually tossed tanks and helicopters degenerate after taking a nuclear blast. Processed absorbed memories at 66% high speed. Possesses the skills of thousands of consumed soldiers. Defeated a bunch of people in the room.
virtually impossible to kill so long as he keeps consuming.
But attempting to take over the world and kill millions of people pissed off a certain James Heller, a dude who had just had enough of his fucking weird, fucking rambling shit.
Who used the same virus powers to consume Alex once and for all.
Neat.
Live by the Kirby symbiote, die by the Kirby symbiote. Was Alex just a virus after all? I mean, what's more human than the urge to conquer the world, drive its species to the slaughter, consume its raw genetic resources, and crown yourself king? Maybe the day Alex Mercer died.
Okay,
was the
Lysandra,
day he
lay
truly
off.
became human.
Wow, that was intense.
Fuck yeah, it was.
Okay,
They'll send back
There
2 or more right? The combatant.
Okay, now, the only thing that stops me from just saying Alex flat out is that he needs to keep consuming. Like, that, otherwise he's just gonna run out of energy too fast to do anything. I think he has higher stats across the board, but that is going to be a linchpin here, as well as if he can possess Cole. But then again, I mean, someone else infected with the same virus is the one who put him down for good, so even if Cole gets infected, he could still do it, I think. So it's really going to come down to those factors. Like, if Alex can actually maintain his energy level, then I think he would be able to do it. But if he runs out, I think it's going to go to Cole. So I'm just going to hit play, and we'll see what happens.
Let's end this debate once and for all.
It's time for a death battle!
Why is... Hang on. Why is the pause button still on the screen? Oh, there it goes.
I think I've still got room for dessert. Buddy, you are one sick freak.
Okay, Alex sounds really familiar too. Oh yeah, fight! I gotta ride the rails! Oh, goodness. Yeah, that ain't gonna do it at all. Yeah, the twisty thing he was talking about. Do-si-do you to death? Is that what he called it? You can't possibly... Well, he goes, but then he starts looking, so that's... Yeah. Alright, he sees that. And that ain't gonna do it either. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Nightmare. You don't know the half of it.
His hoodie stays immaculately intact the whole time, which makes me think it's just part of his biomass, and he's just imitating clothing. Look at those violins. Oh, yeah, okay. Alright, so there are still people for him to consume. But he's not actually consuming them.
So much power, and yet you waste it on these vermin. I can change this world for the better. The only vermin I see here is you.
Ooh. Okay, but he's resistant to electricity. They both are. Because they works on Pokemon rules, like they said. Although I don't think Pokemon came up with the you generally resist your own type. And even then, it's not always true in that series. I think that's been just a staple. If you have that power, you resist that power. Oh, jeez. Yeah, there's the infection. What did they call this? Overdrive? Because he wasn't consuming the whole time. He wasn't, so...
This world sure isn't perfect, but it's a lot better without you in it, asshole.
Yeah, like it seems like Alex wasn't consuming during the fight.
In the trash. I had to hear someone say awesome sauce.
Both opponents were incredibly versatile and deadly, and both could match each other's powers blow for blow.
They could each create weapons, amplify their strength, and fight at range.
But could Cole survive Alex's infection? Well,
That-
Alex would usually need to weaken an opponent to get that trick
yes.
to work. Even
Oh.
then, the Ray Sphere incident
Okay.
created Cole.
While the Ray Sphere creates conduits, Kessler was unsure if Cole would survive the explosion, as stated in the mission The Truth. The beast was torn apart by a Ray Sphere, so Cole's survival accounts for his own ability.
Powers
Interesting.
in the first place ripped apart everyone else down to the atomic level, and the beast's attacks were capable of the same thing.
I
Considering
see.
the Blacklight virus only works down to molecular DNA, it's reasonable to say Cole would be able to resist it.
Sure,
Interesting.
Alex could have potentially consumed.
Okay, Cole's bioleech drains neuroelectricity from living things, which is partially responsible for healing the human body from wounds. It is likely it could negate Alex's regeneration. I see.
Biomass to give himself an edge, but Cole could just do the same thing to Alex, absorbing his bioelectricity to power himself back up.
Neat.
But nothing could challenge the gap in power.
Okay, more powerful. Really? Okay, better ranged options could resist the blacklight values. Radar senses counters Alex is vulnerable to false corruption. Alex, smarter and more experienced, harder to kill due to regeneration, and notably slower. It also sounded like he had a hell of a lot of other advantages. It's just his big weakness. I didn't even think about speed. To me, that wasn't even really a factor. It was just he was expending so much more energy than Cole was and couldn't regenerate it on his own.
Everything Alex survived could simply not match Cole's force fields. and especially not the power of the Beast. The blast the Beast created actually had a much wider radius than the one the Supreme Hunter could survive. To compete with these foes, this means Cole was simply far more powerful than Alex.
Speaking of the Beast, Cole's ability to disintegrate it at the atomic level meant that even Alex's crazy molecular regeneration couldn't stand up to Cole's might.
Just like how Cole could overpower Kessler.
Okay, Sasha's organic tar controls minds and physically alters its victims. This is curiously similar to the Black Light virus. Cole not only resisted the tar, but healed people affected by it.
To electricity, or how he resisted Sasha's mind control powers, which were eerily similar to the Black Light virus.
Interesting.
I bet you're wondering, what if Alex fought evil Cole instead? Well, it'd be even worse, because that Cole took the Beast's power for himself. That's good night for Angry Virus Boy.
Alex was a versatile, deadly opponent. Cole's counters, speed, and raw power gave him the edge.
Alex got the Cole shoulder, just like this stupid script.
The winner is Cole McGrath.
Okay, like I said, I already know what the next one is. Okay, Cole is Paul Giat, and Alex is Kevin Andrew Rivera. I don't actually know either of those names. Okay, was one of them Dimitri a few weeks ago?
Hey, are you a Death Battle member? We've got a ballot going on right
okay,
now.
and I already know it's going to be Megatron versus Frieza.
So click that join button and jump into our champions.
Already got fucking spoiled. Oh goodness. Actually, hold on just a second. Here we go. Yahtzee's Prototype versus Infamous Challenge from 2009. You may recall that I found myself unable to honestly call either game the best. Both are stronger in individual areas. Infamous wins in story and side missions, while Prototype wins on combat and dick potential. But overall, they balance each other out. I wasn't satisfied. Blah, 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 blah. Which of the two studios could produce the best image of the rival game main characters wearing women's lingerie? Imagine Vice President representatives from both Sucker Punch and Radical announced their intention to take this final showdown seriously. Here is... And click here to view the other one. There we go. I guess they were stronger guardedly. I wonder if whoever created this went through art school. I wonder if it's time they ever saw themselves using their talents in this way. Anyway, Radical felt the stipulation of Cole McGrath in a women's bra was open to interpretation and decided to instead go for Cole McGrath after getting drunk and falling into the dumpster behind a burlesque house. I am actually, given Death Battle's sense of humor, surprised that they didn't bring that up at any point during this matchup. It was interesting. I just don't have much to say because I don't have any experience. Like I said, I thought the deciding factor was going to be considerably different. Because Alex expends a lot more energy when he fights. He requires consuming those around him to maintain his energy. And it really seemed like he was overall stronger, but that was an extremely powerful and meaningful weakness that I thought was going to be. If he was going to lose, which he did, I thought that would be why. Instead, the only thing they came up with was that he was slower. I waited 9 years for this death battle. Totally worth it. It's a freaking crime that both these franchises aren't supported anymore. They're some of the most fun and unique sandbox games ever, and they were just left to die for no reason. This is a love letter to the summer of 2009. The story and battle is so well done, I'm considering it canon. Alright. Well, I'm gonna go try to take a nap before my meeting. It's, 1:15. Okay. Next time I'm gonna be probably a little more excited, because Frieza is awesome. Even though, like I've said before, I read Dragon Ball, both OG and Z, and I watched DBZ Abridged. That's about it. But, of course, you remember my Frieza voice from my Color Wheel meme. Yes, I mean, it's nothing compared, of course, to Little Karibo or anything, but I think it works. Oh, God, wouldn't it be fun if I got to voice someone for Death Battle? That would be freaking amazing. That would be really, really fun. I would have a hell of a hard time keeping it quiet, though. I mean, I wouldn't say anything if I was under NDA or anything, but I would. Actually, the funny thing is I would probably make statements that were very much along the lines of, wouldn't it be cool if I was in Death Battle? And then, yeah, but the thing is that I'm not, but I make those anyway, so you wouldn't be able to tell. Anyway, me and my bum lip are gonna go lie down. I will see everyone in 2 weeks' time. I hope you guys had the 2009 battle that you wanted. Until next time, I'm Blackjack Abbiani, and, this was electrifying.